My guest today may be far from perfect, but one thing I do know about this pop punk band is that they are always grounded.
What's up? We're the pop punk band, always grounded.
Yep.
Make sure you stick around today because we're going to be doing our very first performance of Day by Day off of our debut EP, Far From Perfect. It's going to be action-packed and great.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Mike Rand Show, and today's special guest is the pop punk band Always Grounded, Eli and RJ. Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
Doing good. Thank you for having us here.
You're welcome. So some of you viewers may remember RJ. He was recently on our show. RJ, can you tell us a little bit about yourself again and remind the viewers who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I'm a professional wrestler. I mostly wrestle at the company Northeast Wrestling. I'm one half of the Northeast Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Inzanely Rude. And yeah, I've been on the show before. I cut the beard and I cut the hair, so you may not recognize me. I look a little better, but you know, it is what it is.
And who is standing next to you there? It's Eli, right, Eli?
Yes, that's me. I'm Eli. I'm RJ's little bro. I'm RJ's little brother. I never grew out my hair, and I've never had a goatee. So,
You have a little goatee right now, don't lie.
I do?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a goatee right now.
Isn't that the all around? Isn't that the goatee?
I thought it was just the underneath.
I don't know. I don't know beard names. There's so many.
And RJ, how old is Eli?
Eli is.
What? I'll whisper in his ear.
Oh. All right, he is 19 years old.
Okay. We asked him that last time, and he wasn't quite sure of the answer. So we had to put him on the spot here again today. So he still did not know the answer.
Yep.
But
Well,
Eli,
I knew it was either 19 or 20.
so Eli, tell us a
good.
little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. I'm the guitarist for Always Grounded, and I started picking up guitar about 2 years ago, from 2019. And I picked it up because of my uncle. My uncle gave me a guitar that actually belonged to my grandmother before she had passed away. It was a Yamaha nylon string. It was actually a lefty's guitar that was strung backwards. And I learned playing on that thing. And after doing that for 6 or 7 months for my birthday, I got the guitar that's on the wall behind me, the brown one. And I just love it. I love guitar so much, and that's why RJ and I are in this band, because we both love music, and I can provide some of the background stuff, and he's really good at coming up with lyrics, and we come up with melodies together. So that's me. Oh, also, I should mention I'm visually impaired. I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera right now. It's all just a blur. And that's been a big inspiration for me to want to do this as well, because I want to show people, you know, it doesn't matter what your handicap is, you can achieve your dreams as long as you're not in a wheelchair and want to be like a runner or something, because you obviously can't do that. But as long as it's within your limitation.
They have things.
They do?
I'm sure there are things, yeah.
Oh my goodness. But as long as within your limitations and you push yourself, you can do it. Because most people, when they start, you know, they're looking at their fingers and stuff, and I just don't do that. I have to learn all my songs by memory. I can't read chord sheets while I'm playing.
Can't read lyrics.
Yeah, I can't read lyrics either, so I have to memorize everything. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I love doing that kind of stuff.
So have you always been visually impaired?
That's a good question. It's gotten worse over time. I have a degenerative eye disease that's hereditary. It's called Retinitis Pigmentosa. It's when the retina slowly decays over time. So they say about every 5 to 10 years, you have about 50% less vision. And that's kind of what I've noticed. But my obsession with screens, whether it be video games or TV shows, and YouTube, that probably has something to do with it too. But yeah, it's gotten worse over time.
Okay, and the two of you together form the band Always Grounded. So
Oh, yeah.
how did this come about?
I don't really know. I just feel like one day we were messing around and we came up with a song that is a bonus track on our CD.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
the bonus track.
We
on
were
our
just
CD.
messing around. You have to buy the CD, the physical copy, to hear this beautiful, beautiful bonus track. Mike knows about it. He loves it. He had that up full blast. It was, yeah. And I don't know. From there, we just started talking about it, and we decided that we could be a band if we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wrote Something About Me Just Seems Off.
Yep.
And then just decided it was time to hit the studio, get that recorded, and start an EP.
Yeah, definitely. We used to not always get along too. I think it was our music that brought us together. The first time we really hung out and got along, like really for a long time, I think was at a Day to Remember concert. Do you remember that one?
Oh, I
at
remember.
What casino was that at?
That was at Mohegan.
At Mohegan. I still have the tickets somewhere.
So yeah, our love for music and TV shows brought us together.
Yes. Oh,
Scrubs and Psych.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna ask, what are your favorite TV shows?
Scrubs and Psych, definitely.
I've watched Scrubs 5 times already, and I'll just keep watching it. It never gets old.
I still have to see Scrubs. I've actually never seen Scrubs.
Oh, you should. If you
really
like
should.
comedies, it's the funniest show.
Yeah,
It's also
Donald Faison, Sarah Chalk. Like I've
Yep.
liked their work. It's one of those shows that, because I was watching so many other sitcoms at the time when they were out, and the
Yep.
time slot changes, that they're one of the ones that I never got to actually watch when it was the original run. So I'll have to check it out once.
They might come back. You never know, because they started a podcast of them, the whole cast, pretty much rewatching every episode.
Yep. They have different people and they talk about it. It's interesting. But oh my God, yeah, I love TV.
Tell us, who are your musical influences?
You want to start?
You want me to start?
Yes.
For me, it's like bands like Neck Deep, Blink-182, the Front Bottoms. That's really like I have a ton of inspirations. I love a bunch of music. Like the bands like the Used, Good Charlotte, like all the older bands.
And for me, I don't really know. That's tough to say. I just listen to music and I just play what I want to learn. Like, for example, I like Neck Deep, A Part of Me. That's a fun song to play. I'm blanking on all the other songs that I know. Wow. 21 Pilots was a good inspiration. I like their ukulele song, House of Gold. What else? I'm all over the place because a lot of punk pop bands influenced me, like Blink-182 definitely did. Neck Deep, as I already said. Say Anything was something.
Oh
was
yeah,
a
I
band
forgot about Say Anything.
Yeah, they're a band that made me want to pick up the guitar. And honestly, a little bit of country, because I've always loved the sound of an acoustic guitar, but I just never knew how to play it. And I'm not a fan of most country music, but I like Johnny Cash, for example. I love playing Johnny Cash.
I don't count him as country though. He's like rock in a way.
Yeah, I love Johnny Cash's music, and he's definitely a big inspiration.
I also have to give a shout out to the band Handguns, because I'm friends with their guitarist, and he's the one who encouraged me to start singing. He was like, honestly, dude, what people will sound like in recording is not at all what they sound like live. Like the most famous bands that you listen to don't sound like that live. It's all in studio. So if they can do it, why can't you? Mm-hmm. So that's really what inspired me just to start it.
You good?
That's Jake Langley, by the way. Jake Langley of the band Handguns.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, am I good?
So tell me, what is the songwriting process like for you guys?
Ooh, I'll answer that one.
All right, he'll answer that one.
I do a big load of nothing in the beginning. RJ just comes up with this stuff because I am my own worst enemy when it comes to writing. I cannot write music because I'll write something I like and I'll look at it 20 minutes later. I'll be like, I don't like that anymore. Like, that doesn't flow right. I want to change this word or that word. I am a critic and everything has to be perfect. And I can't write because of that. So RJ usually comes up with the stuff that we sing, and I guess you could say rewrite it and reword it so that way it flows properly. Because he'll get stuff down, but it sometimes won't go with the music, or a word or two needs to be adjusted because the syllables aren't lining up. I'm kind of more of the what is it? What would you call me?
Fine tuner.
I'm the fine tuner, and it's kind of like a bottleneck situation where you'll be the bottle part. You'll pour all this stuff to me, and I'll filter it all out, and I'll try to make it something more refined. Yeah. Fine-tuned is a good example. Yep.
And then we come up with like melodies and stuff together. We'll sit together. He'll play random stuff. We have our days where we can complete 2 songs in a day, and then we have our days where we come up with nothing.
Oh yeah, those are the annoying ones when you can't come up with anything. But that happens to everyone. You got to have the right inspiration, and sometimes not in that right mindset to write a song. You got to reapproach it at a different time. I find the funnest time to write music is when you've stayed up for a day or two, and you're overtired and you're not thinking clearly, because that's when the crazy stuff comes out. That you're like, I never would have thought to rhyme blue with, I don't know, like
Sue.
What? Okay,
Blue with Sue.
No, that's not at all what I meant. But
I wouldn't have thought to rhyme blue with a canoe, you know?
Yeah, or something like really intricate that you wouldn't have come up with. But like your brain just is on a completely different wavelength, for me at least.
For me, it's just that I'll have something happen and I can just write a whole song in that time span. Normally, I will not come back to a song. If I can't finish it, chances are there's a reason I'm not finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you guys have a new EP out right now. It is called Far From Perfect. So everyone go out there and buy that copy.
Yes, please.
Buy it, stream it.
Stream. And you've got a bunch of tracks on here. And what I want to do is I want to go through these tracks with you guys. If you can tell us a little bit about, each track. But the first question I want to ask before we do that is, how did you come up with the title for the album Far From Perfect? What does that mean?
See, I don't really remember how we came up with it. You?
I think he had written some lyrics that had Far From Perfect in it. And we were going to include that song on the EP, but we decided against it last minute because we only wanted to include, I'm starting to get the hiccups. We only wanted to include so many. And that was one of the ones where
it got cut.
It got cut. Yep.
So it was,
but we liked the name because I thought it was a good representation. We thought it was a great representation for us because the EP is Far From Perfect. There are multiple times where I listen to it. I'm like, I hope people don't notice that. Oh, God.
It's just, it's hard to be perfect. You can't expect that from yourself or from anyone, really. Mm-hmm. So it's just the best thing to do is just be yourself and put your stuff out there because you're never going to know how far it can go if you don't put it out there.
Exactly.
So the first song on the album is called Something About Me Just Seems Off. So tell us a little bit about that song.
You can start us off.
That was our very first song that we ever recorded. We actually demoed it out before we went into the studio. So we have this microphone over here and we used Audacity and we just went in and we demoed it out many times. And that's kind of how it all started. I wrote the song one morning at the gym. It was 5 a.m. I had just gotten a new dog, and I quite literally, excuse my language, stepped in dog shit that morning, which is the very beginning of the song. And that's how the whole song just stemmed out. I think I had like a lot more lyrics for the song that I cut out. I think I had a pre-chorus, or it might have been like the chorus was from another song that I had that I put into this song. It was weird. I don't know. I can't exactly remember the process of it, but I just know that I started writing it because I was stepping in my dog's poop every morning.
Yep. And the way we came up for the melody for that song, also for another song that I won't mention yet, I have a piano back there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
no,
we use that. It's a keyboard. Can they see it now?
Now we see it.
That is our keyboard.
Why did you make me do that? Thank you. Anyway, we use that keyboard to come up with the melodies for that song. And then I found chords to match said melody, which is how we came up with the very simple 4-chord chord set that a lot of songs use. And I actually have my guitar tuned down a half step, which is why when most people want to learn how to play that song, they probably get confused. When I say most people, probably like the 2 people who have tried. But I like to keep mine tuned down a half step because I have a lower register. So it went well with his voice for that song too. And it kind of just molded together where I played the chords and then he tried the melody and we found where each part fit. And the chorus is where we actually struck a difficult thing for I think a whole week because we only meet once a week to do things. So I think for that whole week we were trying to come up with an idea for the chorus. And then it finally hit.
It just clicked.
I'm not a big fan of it personally. I think it was our first song.
I like it. I think it's a good song. It's a jam.
Yeah, as I said, I'm my own worst enemy. I critique everything I do. But yeah, that's kind of how that one started.
Track number 2 is called Rescuing the Princess Isn't All That. So tell us about, why is it not all that? Why is not Super Mario rescuing that princess all that?
That song, I think, is our hidden gem.
I think it's a very underrated song. It's actually the song that has our least amount of plays, and I don't know why. I think it's a very like you said, a hidden gem. I don't know. I think it's a very underrated song.
The whole process of this song, I came up with that first part of it on my own. That was something that I had written, and for some reason, I thought it was okay. And the whole point of that song was meant to be like two sides of a relationship, not from two different people, but from the same person, but like two mindsets of one person being happy in the relationship and the other part of that person being unhappy in that relationship. And that's why it gets heavier there, because it's more emotional and it's more true. Whereas in my part in the beginning, that's why you've got the violin orchestra on the background, and it's just the acoustic guitar. It's meant to sound more like a fantasy thing, like really cheesy as well. Whereas RJ's part's meant to sound more actual pop punk. That's real emotion. And he wrote his part, and I wrote my part separately, and we kind of combined them.
Mm-hmm. He sent me what he had, and then that was another one that we actually demoed out on Audacity and everything. So there are demos of that one somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys recently just filmed your first music video, which is actually the 3rd single on here, which is called I Never Agreed to This Horror Film. So tell us about that song, and I also want to know if there's a little bit of RJ Rude, the wrestler, in that music video that we're seeing.
That's all you, bud.
Well, so the process of this song was, I kind of wrote it about a past relationship I had where I was, in a way, emotionally abused. I was pretty much constantly being told like how bad I was, and then she would leave me for someone else, and then she'd come back to me. It was just a whole mess. So I kind of just wrote it from that place. It's like, in a way, it's not really about her. It's just about my feelings of like getting past that relationship in a way, if that makes any sense. When I wrote it, I just wanted to help other people just not feel so alone when they get to that place where their significant other at the time isn't treating them the best, because relationships are tricky. They're a lot of work.
And the most frustrating part for me about that song is the fact that I went through something similar a couple of years after he did. And if we had just spoken to each other, like brothers, and talked and explained if I like explained what I was going through, he could have been like, yeah, dude, she's not worth it. Because I went through the exact same scenario. So I like the song just as much. But it was a little bit after him, but it still happened to me too, which is crazy. So I hope also that, like, by saying that, I can open up a dialogue, so family members can actually talk to each other.
Talk to your siblings.
Yeah, siblings are cool. Parents are the ones you don't wanna.
Dad.
No. Oh man.
So how rude, Eli, is RJ Rude? Can you let the viewers know? Is he rude or is he a nice guy?
He's really well mannered for the most part, but he has a short fuse. I'll say that. We both have a short fuse. We got in an argument at the studio once because I'm a one-take snake, is what I like to call myself.
Oh, I will go down.
For the most part, I can do everything in one, two, maybe 3 takes, whereas RJ is taking up most of the time in the studio because sometimes the timing isn't perfect for him, or it can be a little bit tricky, which is understandable.
For me, it's because like the music, I literally didn't start doing music until we started writing the CP.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
So this is like very new to me, and he wants to help me in some ways where at the same time I don't want to be helped because I feel I need to learn it on my own. If I'm constantly being helped, I'm not gonna pick up on what I need to pick up on.
Yeah, like he's gotten a lot better at it. Like the whole metronome and timing thing, that concept in the beginning was really bad. Like the song "Something About Me" just seems off.
That was real fast. That was a fast.
You thought that was fast? I thought
compared to everything else.
No, like the demo version.
The demo version of the house.
At my house it was a long.
If we didn't demo that out first, no.
It would have been a long time.
But now I can sing that one like no other song. Yeah. I know that one very well.
So to go back to your question, he's really nice, but he's just short-tempered. And when that fuse blows, that's a big boy bomb that's exploding.
I've got my limits, and then I just switch. There's no medium.
Okay, and then track number 4 is another sad song. So tell us about that one.
That one is gonna watch it.
I guess it's all me. That song was just, I guess, a song that I kind of wrote about my depression in a way. About like how you have your nights where you want to die, but then you have your nights where you don't want to die. It's just, I don't know. It was kind of written about like the battles of depression. Mm-hmm. And that one was pretty much, we have a friend, Dave, who runs the studio that we work at, and he kind of ghost wrote this album with us in a way.
Yeah.
You first. Not all the songs, but a majority of them on there he was a big help on, because again, this is our first project, so there's a lot of things that we're not hearing that he hears that just helps the album out as a whole.
Definitely. He added a lot of background stuff especially for Something About Me Just Seems Off. He added in a bunch of clapping and maracas and drums and bass, and he did that in all the songs. He played a huge role in the horror film and in another sad song, because he recorded most of the guitar for that, because your boy does acoustic, not electric. And so he needed to do a lot of the recording for another sad song, which we're going to be doing acoustic version of live when we start going to play places, by the way. So you should come see us, because that's going to be cool. And another, what was that? The horror film one was, I was having a really writer block day, I guess you could call it, really bad writer block day. And I couldn't come up with a chord progression for that song. And Dave comes out with his Taylor guitar, curse him, and he starts strumming away, and RJ, like me and him would normally do, RJ came up with a melody, and then like, all right, let's get this down. And RJ started recording stuff, and Dave added to it. And that's how that one came to be.
We've been trying to get him in the band, pretty much.
I'm trying to get him.
We're trying to get him in the band. He said if we play a big enough tour, he will come play with us. So, but yeah, that one was, we were having a writer's block day, because we didn't go into the studio with all the songs. And we were just like, well, I kind of want to make a heavier song. If the whole EP is going to be acoustic, we should just have a heavier song, because every heavy project has their acoustic song. So we figured we'd just flip the switch on them.
Yep.
So.
All right. And then track number 5, you're actually going to perform for us a little later on.
Yes, we
that
are.
track, I love this track. It's called Day by Day. So tell us a little bit about this.
That one was really about facing depression. I wrote it about me personally facing mine, and how I needed to learn just to take it day by day, because you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. And if you just focus on all the bad days, then you're not going to win the battle. You just have to take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. That song was a lot of fun to make. That was one of the ones where I also used the piano for. That's how we came up with the na 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 na.
Oh, we went into that one, and I was like, we're a pop punk band. We need some na-nas.
Mm-hmm. And that's when we came up with that one for that song. One of my favorite parts about that song is how fast I'm strumming. Like, I can go super fast with that song. And Dave, who is a seasoned musician, I think that's the word, he said it hurt. He said it hurt his fingers by the end of it. You know, sometimes I can't form sentences properly, but and I was like, yes, exactly. I was like, yes, it hurt his fingers. Good. That means I'm doing something right. My favorite part about that song is towards the end, when we have that false stop and we're going na 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 na. What I love about that part is in the studio, RJ and I had our arms together like this, and we were waving them like this, and we had our pants down. And
yep, we did have
we had our pants down at one point, because he said, "Sing it like you're drunk." And my thought was, okay, a drunk guy would have his pants down. So then I pulled mine down. Dave looked up at me, looked back down at his computer. RJ started laughing. The next thing I know, RJ's pants are down. Just the pants. The underwear was still on.
We had on these.
We had on these on. And then Dave looks up again, and RJ's pants are down too. And that's how we recorded those na 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 at the very end. Very fun. It was such a fun song to record. especially because it hit so close to home for me as well. Because I struggled a lot with my blindness when I was younger. Like I didn't really comprehend it well, and I was kind of acting out a bunch, not at home, but at school with my friends and stuff. And I finally got a grip on it my junior year of high school, and my grades flipped, and I just started doing a lot better because I finally got a grip on that, and I realized like I need to not listen to what other people are telling me. Like I can be anything I want to be. I can't, as the words say, I can't cave to other people's words, because then I'm giving away my freedom, and I'm getting, because caving into other people's words, you just put yourself in this trap of I can't do this and I can't do that, and I'm ugly and I'm stupid and I'm too short or I'm not pretty enough, because that's what other people are telling you. You got to believe in yourself, you know? That's the first step, and that's what I love about this song. That's the message it tells.
And the final song on your EP is, well, besides the bonus track, which we'll let the viewers, you know, see that song for themselves.
I mean, we could play that live.
I don't recommend playing it out loud in a car the first time you're hearing it.
We could play it live for you.
No, that's okay. I like this other one better. This one is my favorite song, Fade to Black.
That is my favorite song too. I'm so happy to hear you say that.
So tell us about Fade to Black.
Fade to Black, RJ's words, my rhythm again. He had written it differently than it's structured in the final version. He wrote it as an A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B thing, where it was like A, then line B, then back to rhyming with line A, then back to rhyming with line B. And then the way I wrote it was A, B, A, B, C, A, B, A, B, C. And then the chords I used for that were actually neck deep inspired. It's similar. It's the same chords as used in A Part of Me by Neck Deep. At least 3 of them are. They're like weird power chords, except you play all the strings. So that was kind of our inspiration. And that song, I told RJ I wanted a song that's like a story that tells about someone's tale of going through life or doing something, or just some sort of story. And that was it, where it was about this guy who he's sick of the way his life is going, which I think everyone can relate to a little bit. And he wanted to do something different with his life, something that he actually, you know, believed in, and not just working a 9-to-5 job, and not, and actually wanting to make a difference in the world, where instead of just doing nothing and being, you know, just a cog in the machine. And that's what this whole song is about. And thank you to Dave for writing the beautiful little lead riff that's in it.
Inspired by Data Remembers I Surrender.
Yep. So we got a lot of inspiration from all the different pop punk bands. And the first time through when we sang that song, RJ, he did something interesting where he hadn't sang it like as he does in the final version. How would you describe how you sang it?
I was very nasally the first time. So I heard how Dave edited it, and I was like, I don't like my voice. So I went in and I re-recorded all my parts. So there's another version out there where I sing much more nasally.
Mm-hmm. And I remember when we came up with the chorus, I'm like, dude, this is going to be fire. This is going to be like, this has to be our most popular song. It's super catchy. It's super relatable. And it's about, you know, freeing yourself of your past and not letting your past define who you are. Because that's a problem that we have nowadays, where we're like defined by our past and we care so much about it. But why do people care, you know? That's at least my opinion on it. I believe, you know, each day is a new day and people are always growing.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we know that that's Eli's favorite song. So RJ, what is your favorite song on the album?
It honestly might be Day by Day. I think that's my favorite song. Well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. That's a difficult one for me. Because I also like Rescuing the Princess. I think that one came out really good. But that Day by Day is probably my favorite.
Yep, and I love that one too. That I would say those are my 2 favorites, Day by Day and Fade to Black. But the whole album is great. And like we said, you're going to sing a little bit of it in a bit. But I also want to know too, with all these great songs that you have, any ideas floating around maybe of a remix album or some remixes that you could possibly do to some of these songs?
Yes, actually. I talked to RJ already about doing a song called Something About Me Just Seems Heavier, where we make Something About Me Just Seems Off super heavy. Super heavy. Like we might even need to get like a screamer for that song. That's how heavy I was thinking of making it.
I know we're thinking that heavy. I thought we were just adding electric guitars.
I don't know. I'm debating, man.
I want to do like I was thinking about doing the whole EP done like way down the line. Like hopefully when we sign to some major label.
Yep.
Like I would love to like do the whole EP except with electric guitar and then have another sad song be acoustic.
Mm-hmm. I want a female singer for Fade to Black. That was the one thing that was missing for me. I want to redo that song if I were to get signed at a major label with RJ, of course. I wouldn't do it alone. But if I were to get signed at a major label, I want a female's voice and Fade to Black doing the harmony at the end of each line because I just think it would sound really pretty.
And what new music can we expect to hear from you guys?
Well, currently we are working on our first full-length album. We're hoping to get it done by the end of this year, so we're hoping to release it probably January of next year. But in the meantime, we're going to try and put out a couple singles, and each month we're also going to be doing a cover song, and we're going to be trying to push those too. So we're going to be doing a bunch of new music coming up. We also will be doing a little YouTube series where we write and record a song in an hour with Dave and his band Noise Floor. So basically the cover songs and those songs are going to be done with Noise Floor. And then we'll hopefully have a couple of singles to put out by the end of the year. Yep.
Okay, and now we're going to play the lightning round with Eli. RJ got to play this last time. So now, Eli, what I'm going to do is I'm going to name you a couple things, and I want you to tell me which one you like better, okay?
Okay, so you're naming a couple things. I'll say which one I like the best.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
okay.
First one, Blink-182 or Green Day?
Blink-182.
Taco Bell or Wendy's?
Oh, shoot. No! Wendy's.
Friends or The Big Bang Theory?
Friends.
Thanksgiving turkey or Thanksgiving stuffing?
It's neither an option. I guess I'll go with stuffing. I don't like turkey.
The smell of fresh cut grass or the smell of an ocean breeze?
Oh. Ocean breeze.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
The sound of wind chimes or the sound of a dog barking?
Wind chimes.
Save your money or spend your money?
Spend my money.
The Simpsons or South Park?
South Park.
Country life or city life?
Country life.
Jell-O or pudding?
Pudding.
Who's the better Ninja Turtle, Raphael or Michelangelo?
Michelangelo. Isn't he the orange one?
He's the orange one.
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Pudding.
I didn't know. I was debating. I was honestly still thinking about last question because I'm like, do I want city? I got stuck on the one out before and never mind. Don't show me fun of me.
Pudding. I picture Zach Braff and like pudding.
Dude, that should be a soundbite. I want that to be a ringtone now. I got that. I got to get that now. Pudding.
And now we're going to play a game of which brother knows the other brother best.
Oh, no.
So,
God.
We'll
Okay.
keep it going with Eli here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, I'm actually going to do the lightning round again with you. Only I want you to think what you think RJ said as his answers.
Yes, I'm good at this one.
So, which would RJ prefer, summer or winter?
Summer.
Correct. Country music or dance music?
Dance.
Correct. Jennifer Aniston or Jennifer Lopez?
Aniston.
Correct. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Correct. Bacon or eggs?
Bacon.
Correct. Peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter with fluff?
Jelly.
Correct. Raw or SmackDown?
Oh, shoot. SmackDown.
Correct. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix. No ads.
Oh.
Hulu probably has better shows. Hulu probably has
It also has no ads.
You buy it with no. He has money. I don't. I have to get it with ads. So that's probably why he likes Hulu more. Can I borrow your Hulu info?
That's not my Hulu. It's someone else's.
They won't know.
Pizza with toppings or pizza with no toppings?
Oh wow! I think he likes it with pepperoni toppings.
Yes. 80s or 90s?
Oh, I think 90s.
Yep. Super Bowl or Super Mario Brothers?
Mario Brothers.
2.5 Men or King of Queens?
I don't think he knew either of those that well. I'm gonna guess he went King of Queens.
Correct. Only one mistake.
And that was because I didn't realize he had commercial-less Hulu. If I knew he had both with no
I
commercials.
love King of Queens. Get out of here. Kevin James is the bomb.
He is pretty funny.
I love Kevin James.
I just figured you wouldn't have wanted to pick 2.5 Men because Charlie Sheen for some reason. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I just my guess was, oh, Charlie Sheen's in that. He wouldn't want that one. I don't know why.
All right, so now
Yeah,
we're going to have to go on the honesty system here because we don't have Eli's answers. But, RJ, what do you think is Eli's favorite food?
What? Wait, he had A and B questions. Well, I'll say, I don't know. He used to eat mac and cheese all the time. I don't live here anymore, so I'm saying mac and cheese.
That's a vibe. I still eat mac and cheese. Every time my girlfriend comes over, we make 2 boxes of mac and cheese, and I eat it all.
What would you say is his favorite holiday?
Christmas?
Yeah.
What month was he born?
November.
Oh, if you didn't get that one, I would have quit the band.
Would you say he's more book smart or street smart?
Both.
My answer would be neither.
Both. A little bit of both.
I'm street polite, but I'm not. Yeah, pick one. Pick one.
Both.
Okay. Wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean neither.
Oh yeah, how did he get it first try?
Neither.
Whoa.
Chocolate cake or chocolate chip cake?
Chocolate cake.
Oh yeah. Too much chocolate for me is a bad thing. Like I don't like mousse cake because there's too many things of chocolate, and sometimes the chocolate isn't like good chocolate. So chocolate cake, normal chocolate cake's yummy.
What would you say is his favorite animal?
Oh God, his favorite animal? I'm cheating. I'm looking around the room. No animals. We have a Jar Jar Binks.
Misa, love animal.
I don't know. Maybe I guess dogs.
Dogs are one of them. I'd say it's a tie between dogs and polar bears. I love polar bears. I want to hug one.
I've never heard him say anything about polar bears in my entire life.
What is his favorite activity to do?
Play guitar.
Yeah, that's one of them.
What was his favorite subject in school growing up?
It should be easy.
Music. Science. Gym. You were probably really good at gym.
I never got hit with the dodgeballs because I was a skeleton. My ribs would catch the dodgeballs, and I was the dodgeball champion because of that.
Art.
Math.
Wow.
I love numbers.
Math?
I love numbers.
I know you're going for accounting, but like, why would that be your favorite subject? Math sucks.
Math is fun.
Math is boring. But you're one of those people who has a math is fun. I'm gonna get you that poster for your birthday.
Don't.
You can say math is fun on his.
Get it on a T-shirt. I'll wear it when we play live. Math is
Money is fun.
Money is fun.
Money is
Ooh.
fun.
Yep.
And is he a morning person or a night owl?
Oh, night person. You can't get him up earlier than 11 o'clock.
Hey, 10:30.
Now.
9. Yeah, I'm
All right,
definitely
awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. But the show is not over yet, guys, because you guys are now going to sing live for us.
Our first live performance.
We are.
First live performance with a
No
track
way.
off of their debut EP right here called Far From Perfect. Here is Always Grounded with Day by Day.
Life, I won't let depression be my captain. See so shaky, I better take back control. Focus on the good, toss the rest out like a napkin. I don't want to feel this way.
puzzle, we can't make the pieces fit together. Take it day by day, progress happens over time. Free falling through life in a windstorm, I'm a feather. Care too much for others, think that's my only crime. Na 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 na. Take it one day at a time. Na 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 na. Everything will be just fine. Na 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 na. Strike a match, let it fly. Na 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 na. Happy days are in sight. I wake up, I'm looking at life from different angles. Sun is shining, my dog's right here by my side. Feel my grandma here with me, she's my guardian angel. When things get bumpy, just sit back, enjoy the ride. There are aspects of your life that have no way of changing. This can bring some hard times and make you feel alone. Certain situations cause internal rearranging. If you can't accept these terms, your past will be shown. Na 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 na. Take it one day at a time. Na 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 na. Everything will be just fine. Na 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 na. Strike a match, let it fly. Na 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 na. Happy days are in sight. When you can do others' work, you give away your freedom. Let opinions hold you from accomplishing your goals. Future can be anything when you march to your own goal. But keeping yourself back in only damage your soul. Scare off, don't let these thoughts of suicide torment you. Put a smile on that face, you're stronger than you know. Na 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 na. Take it one day at a time. Na 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 na. Everything will be just fine. Na 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 na. Strike a match, let it fly. Na 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 na. Happy days are in sight. Na 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 na. Take it one day at a time. Na 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 na. Everything will be just fine. Na 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 na. Strike a match, let it fly. Na 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 na. Happy days are in sight. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
All right, awesome job, guys. That was great. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a blast. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you guys.
That's you.
I'll take it. I guess I do run all the social media. So you can find us on Facebook, Always Grounded. It's just a Facebook page. It's a picture of him and I, so it should be simple enough to find. On Instagram, it's Always Grounded Band.
All one word, right?
All one word, yeah. And then on Twitter, it's Grounded Always, or well, Grounded _ is that what it's called?
Yeah, the underline.
_ Grounded. Always _ Grounded was taken, so it's opposite. On Spotify, you can find us Always Grounded, and you can find us pretty much anywhere music is sold.
Yep. Wait, so it's Grounded _ Always?
Yes, on Twitter.
Okay, on Twitter.
You didn't know that.
Okay, I did not know that. I should follow our Twitter then.
You should probably follow our Twitter.
I'll follow our Twitter.
You could find me.
You should join me in following our Twitter.
Yeah, join him in following our Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me, RJ Rude Wrestles on Instagram. Yep. What's yours?
I don't have an Instagram that is meant for promotional use. I gotta get one, don't I?
I mean, you could just use yours. There's nothing on there that says you can't.
Touche. My Instagram's ElijahJD1126. If you want to hit me up in those DMs and tell me how beautiful you think Baby Bertha is.
Baby Bertha.
Baby Bertha. I don't know. That's not its name. I don't know what to call it.
Please don't call it Baby Bertha.
Did you guys like how we teleported from the bed to the couch? Or
hey, it happens.
The chairs.
What's it to you?
It was a magic trick, guys. It's called an editing trick.
Anyways, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for having us, Mike. Make sure you like this video, you share this video, and you hit that subscribe video, the subscribe button.
You punch that subscribe button.
Punch it like this.
In the face. Or you can strum it like it's a guitar if you want to.
If you want to be nice to the subscribe button.
You can just gently press
gently
it.
Scrub.
It's a cleaning product, guys. Gently scrub it. Scrub away.
Again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Thank
you guys.
you for joining us on the Mike Grant Show.
Yes, thank you guys for watching. Come back when you got new material and sing it for us again. You're always welcome here on the Mike Grant Show. And
Thank you.
everyone, keep it right here for some more great interviews, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.